I'm a man! You're a man. You should see the size of that dick. Look at her, so happy, listening to Erasure, always. Yeah. Life is hard when you're a unicorn.
Yep.
Prancing. Wind reduction mode on today then, let's see. But on the other hand, I am on the MSX, which has a much quieter tire than the CX on my Nikola. This wheel feels like a sketchy toy. Very dangerous. So yeah, my EXN is at iWheel. Sergei spent some time this weekend looking at it. Replaced the motherboard. And the actual problem was that the Hall sensor cables inside the motor had rubbed against the inside of the motor shell and caused a short circuit through the shell. That was 6 months and 4,500 kilometers, man. And the cables got worn out from rubbing against the inside of the motor. So that's why from 1 second to another, from the wheel was working perfectly fine, it stopped. And eventually, with me fiddling, blew out the motherboard. Oh yeah! The fire had burned some of the cables, so the cables to the headlight and to the lift sensor were damaged. So I got those replaced, which means replacing the actual headlights. Otherwise you can try to put some goo on the cables, you know, and some tape and so on, but might as well do it right. So I was a bit torn between repairing the wheel or just buying a new one. And I also opted to get the battery anti-spark board so that we don't go getting a massive surge through the batteries, which can happen if you drop something on the connectors, on the battery connectors. She sure likes riding with a speaker. Look at her. Dancing along. That cyclist is going to get bicycles banned. That cyclist is going to get bicycles banned, ripping around like that on blind corners. But he did good, man. He did good. Gotta watch out on my slow old wheel. Can't do anything too fancy. 11,500 miles on this wheel. It'll cut out any second. Any second, I tell you. The tire is old as hell, as old as the wheel. Actually, it'll pop any second. Can't feel a thing. I noticed last night. Let's go. It's green. Numb. Numb. Nice half-loose config with the frying pads and the giant lock blocks. It's going fast now. I don't feel safe. Isn't real life great? It would be funny if I fell off the MSX. I'm like, since the EXN is getting repaired, I'm always worried about repaired wheels. But plenty of people repair their wheels and they work just fine. Just like my Nick has been repaired with a new motherboard. What a great view, huh? What a great view, huh? Got a couple of buddies. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Friends will be friends. The other day when I was riding this wheel, I was like dancing all over the place to Depeche Mode. Now I'm stiff as hell, straight line riding, zombie riding. Trying to find the middle of something. It's pointless. This way. Yeah. So with these frying pads with 1 centimeter out dent, I do not have the same braking power as I usually do because I'm wearing ski pants and I move inside the ski pants, which means that the high friction, high density foam is not as high friction. What you listening to? Nice. Epic music. Oh, look at that. Cutting it a little close there, Elvis. Music and DUC riding. Isn't life great? This is where I go during winters and slide out on snow. Helicopters tracking Petra. I'd track that ass too. Yeah. Fire! So the behavior of this tire, which is the H5102, which lasts forever, is linear. It's not quick to respond on the inside or the outside. It just behaves the same all the time, and it's linear. No heavy gyro, but no super nimble feeling either. So the Nikola CX321 is very nimble when it comes to the initial turn, and then with hard gyro on the outside. And the EXN tire is pretty much that, and the geometry of the wheel is just heavy all the time. But then you can really bang it. So this will be my first daylight clip with the GoPro 10. Amazing. Yeah. He was walking through that red light, so I just needed to film it for my blooper section, the people dying part. Some people say they're still waiting for a green light, because we who not drive cars are just an afterthought. Yeah. Let's go. Taxi. Making the money. Making the money. Peter weighs 130 pounds and her PSI is at 29. Going higher and higher. But she's got 13,000 miles of experience riding. And she does not blast. Not anymore. Final stretch. Jogger on the bike path. Gotta go fast. So this is 30 FPS, but the shutter speed is set to auto. So the shutter speed is quite high, which gives it sort of like a soap opera-like feeling, while a lower shutter speed will give a more filmic-like frame rate with some interframe blur. But this is decent for action and sports now. Dancing, man. Dancing. Sideways, girl. Jump that ass up, son. Jump that ass up. Doctor. Doctor. Nice to see you, doctor. Look at you, so pretty. Look at you, so pretty. Guess I'm gonna put the anti-flicker mode on. Alright, we got the anti-flicker mode on 50 hertz now. 50 hertz, it hurts. Look, Petra got attracted. Yes. He got attracted to the... Yeah. It's like, I like gold, I like black and gold. I like black and gold. Look at that, M103 with the biggest pedals known to man. Jeez, when the pedals are bigger than the wheel, then you know you hit the jackpot. Oh, and you got some big fat in motion. Cheers. Yeah, he always does that with the tail. Slappity, 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 slap. So we got MCM5 and an MCM5 and a Tesla and a Tesla and a Tesla and a Tesla and a Tesla. And then we got the big boy wheels. Look at them big boy wheels, man. Look at this, Nick. 2700 watt hour. Straight from the gold. And some EXN. Some EXN. Alright, so here we are at the lab. The lab.
Hey guys.
So let's take a look. This is my EXN. This is my EXN. That's a new black motherboard. So the black motherboard was installed and the rest of the wheel looked fine. And once the black motherboard was installed, Sergei powered on the wheel and it would not balance and it triggered the hall sensor. So Sergei opened the wheel and he found this. These are the motor cables and the hall sensor. These go into the motherboard. They go here, they come out here, and they're connected to the copper winding. And these two look like this. And let's look at what they're supposed to look like. They're supposed to look like this. This is what they're supposed to look like. So they're supposed to be a cable with copper winding going in. And then there's no metal that is exposed here. And then there is the sheath. So what happened here is that this motor cover was grinding on these and ground them down until the inner cables were exposed. And they both touched here and created a circuit. And then the wheel would not balance. Because it's like getting these two and putting them together. And that wouldn't end well either. So eventually that and my fiddling led to the green motherboard burning up. So now, here's one of these battery anti-spark, so that we don't get problems like Tobias got, where he pried apart the battery connectors with a tool and actually accidentally touched the inside and killed one of his batteries. So one of his battery packs now only charges to 96.6 volts. So it's like one series of cells has died. So that's my EXN. Black motherboard. Everything looked clean, everything looked nice. Sergei has applied some extra silicone around the back. And then
you can see it from inside.
Oh yeah. Let's go in. So maybe we saw something, maybe we didn't, but and this is the hole where the cable comes out, and this goes to the motor and to the the motor cables and the hall sensor. Those go out, and usually this hole is covered, right?
Like this, yeah.
Like that. And then you can put some kind of filter or something there so that you have less junk flying around inside. So here's another EXN, and here you can see the hole. This is where the motherboard is placed. So this is where the motherboard is on a aluminum heatsink, which is supposed to keep it cool. And then that's it. But this hole, you know, water can come in and it can seep down. That's all. And then maybe the fan will blow it back up. So it's good to have this properly sealed anyway. And to look at the difference here, this is the EXN and this is an RSHT. Right? So this is a C38. So it will be wider. Right? And then there's a bit more of a thicker area there, a bit more space for the copper windings and so on. So how did here's the inside, right? And the inside of my motor, it looked just fine, right? It looked just fine.
Yeah, it's just nice.
Yeah, and this was
Nice and clean.
this was the cover,
This is your cover.
right?
Yeah.
So no dust, no dirt, no nothing. The bearings,
They're still okay.
bearings are totally okay after 4,500 kilometers. That's like a bit less than 3,000 miles. We got some other bearings over here that we can take a look at.
Actually, here from high torque version,
Yeah.
the new with open bearings, so you can.
Yeah, and these are noisy.
And
These bearings were noisy.
You see, they already not that white metal. It's
Yeah.
like some corrosion
Yeah.
occurred.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's protected with this
Yeah.
shield. But it's already sound something. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah,
You hear it?
so there's some noise, there's some grinding.
Oh, you can. Well, here's your one. No, it
Yeah.
sounds.
Yeah,
It sounds
A
too,
bit,
but not
yeah.
a bit, but not
yeah,
that
yeah.
much.
They will make noise. What did Bigode say about this?
Well,
They hadn't seen it before.
they haven't seen it before.
They haven't seen it before.
They was curious, asking me for more pictures and your story,
Yeah,
how it's happened.
yeah,
But it's obvious, you know. It's so easy to explain.
Yeah.
No need explanation.
no, exactly. Yeah, it's just something that they maybe have to think about in the future, you know, so that it doesn't happen to someone
Exactly.
else. But it's not something that's been happening a lot. It hasn't been happening a lot. This is the first
Exactly.
time they heard of it.
You know, from millions of wheels that Big Order sell.
Exactly.
First
Yeah,
of this
exactly.
kind, or at
Yeah.
least reported. So
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah,
and it's not difficult repair. You know, you have to place it better and
yeah.
put some silicone on it, so it's
Yeah.
and let it dry.
Cover it up so it doesn't rub. Right?
Exactly.
Cover it up so it doesn't rub
Well, you
against
see,
the
it's
shell.
a lot of space actually. It's not happening here,
Yeah,
and it's the same shield. You see, it's the same thickness, so it's not it's not smaller one on high speed.
no, no.
It's the same
Yeah.
curve, if you see.
It's just that these were sticking up too high. In that case,
Something.
could
Yes.
it be that?
It's scary stuff. If you see all these coppers, it's just
Yeah, yeah,
it's just loose.
yeah, yeah. I'm not even gonna touch it. I don't,
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
trust myself.
It's
I don't
exactly.
trust
It's
myself touching this stuff. Yeah,
scary stuff. It should be much more perfect.
Yeah.
If I would do it. You know,
yeah,
to winding it. And it seems to be the same winding on both.
yeah, yeah. I saw.
The-
Yeah, the winding seems to be
The winding is the same.
similar, and you know what is different then
Just
is
the
the
magnets.
magnets. Yeah, exactly. So I guess these wheels are very similar when it comes to the winding. Okay. 3:45. So 3:45 p.m. So yeah, I'm on my way to iCafe. The EXN is done. Gonna go pick it up. Woke up this morning. Yeah, again, and I asked myself. I went riding last night with Daniel, and it was raining. This morning, I woke up with a flat tire, And this morning when Daniel was riding on his Sherman at pretty slow speed, 2 times. At one point the alarm went off, saying that he was doing 105 kilometers an hour. So the full speed, it was like it wasn't spinning out, but it was acting like it was. Not acting, it was making noise like it was. That's crazy. So yeah, he opened the wheel and the wheel lets dry. As for my Nick, it loses the whole entire tire pressure after about 2 hours. So yeah, you know, the tire was pretty shot. So it just, the tube probably just took its last little rock or piece of glass or whatever, right? So, off to iCafe. There were some adjustments done in the motor because the 2 cables were rubbing. 2 of the motor cables were rubbing inside, and that caused a short. And that short eventually might have caused the motherboard to blow or not, but it's sure the short surely made the Hall sensor trip, so the wheel wasn't balancing even after installing the new motherboard. You know? So those 2 cables frayed down to the wire, rubbed against the inside of the motor shell, rotating. They were a bit too far down. They've been moved further up now and covered and sealed. So yeah, that's scary stuff. Sort of like, you know, 10 minutes before that I was going pretty fast on that wheel. So it could be interesting to know what would have happened. So this is the thing, you know, we don't open our wheels, we don't look at the motors, but this was the first. This was the first according to the code. We'll see. I'm getting a bit tired of all of this, to be honest. Getting a bit tired. I didn't need the flat to occur exactly the same day that I'm going to go pick up the EXN, you know. Just sort of interferes with my planning. And here I am again on the MSX. 17,000 kilometers, and it won't give up unless it does today. That would be great. Great, great, great. Super easy to run into someone here because you have bicycles with their incoming lights, which are like partially blinding, and then you have pedestrians walking dressed in black with not a single reflector on them. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Tire feels so much smoother than that CX. Tire feelings. Could be the tire pressure. Could be the tire pressure. Was running the CX pretty hard. Probably why it popped too. Poppity poop. Gotta watch out, man. Gotta watch out. It's night riding. Yesterday was crazy when I was riding with Daniel because it was raining and I had my glasses on and I got water on my glasses and you see stuff just as you're about to hit them, and Like, am I gonna make it? Yeah, I made it. How about now? Am I gonna make it? Yeah, I made it. How about now? Like, yeah, I made it. I made it already. It ain't easy, man. It ain't easy. We love our wheels. We love our wheels. Fellas. It's fellas. Let's just go slow. Let's just go slow, man. And enjoy. Don't always have to go fast. I hit the 5 beeps yesterday on the Nick though, in the rain. Oh wow. That car sounds great. Yeah, 60 kilometers an hour, 59.5. I may have slightly passed the beeps as I was at 70% battery. But yeah, I just wanted the darkness spot alarm to go off, but it refused. So yeah, something. Let's try not to die just yet. Signaled, and here we are. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Soft mode. Feels amazing. Love this wheel. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Heavy gyro in the middle. It's not moving. Trying to do some spinnerinos inside iCafe, and I ended up almost like falling off the wheel. It's a black motherboard. I don't know what firmware version it is, but I recognize the behavior. But I'm out of tune with the pedal tilting. Right? I'm out of tune of it. But this is familiar. It was the low speed that got me. It was the low speed. It was this that got me when I was in there. Right? That's all. Let's do it again on the other side. Because I just haven't done it in a while, right? So there's some fine tuning in the body. Oh, man. I got the clock pads on so I don't go too fast. Right? There, the fan's on. There. It jumps, it's all good. So he ended up needing to switch the motor. So the repair cost him 2 burnt motherboards. Right? And we agreed on a price. But we agreed on the price, then we agreed on the price, you know. But the thing is, that it doesn't work that way. You can't agree on the price, and then the guy who does the repairs for you ends up killing 2 of his motherboards and sacrificing his motor for you. You can't go and say, no, but we agreed on a price, you know. Because that's not business. That's not the kind of business I want to do with someone that's helping me, right? So I told him, you know, I'll cover your costs for the burnt motherboards. Right? Because imagine if I would have done it on my own. If I would have done it on my own, man, those 2 motherboards, they got partially burnt, right? If I would have done it on my own, they would have got more than partially burnt. So, what's left of this EXN? Well, it's my shell, it's my batteries, right? My pedals, obviously. His tire, which is 4,500 kilometers younger than mine, and his motor. And one of the bearings on the left of my EXN were getting a bit crispy and crunchy, and now they have been renewed. Right? So I got pretty much a new motor. This motor has maybe like 300 miles on it, and most of them are mine. Right? So justice. So basically, you know, I'm keeping my batteries, and the batteries were 3,000 miles old. And these batteries I trust, but of course these batteries have been in a fire, right? But it was a motherboard fire. Sergei did measure the batteries with a multimeter, and they all checked out correct, right? I had them all disconnected from each other, and then he charged the wheel to full and measured again, and everything is fine. And he let it settle as well, and everything is fine, right? So, yeah. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Amazing. Amazing stuff. It just feels like a nice fluffy cloud to float on this wheel. You know, this is the hollow motor with the big opening, right? So this is like the first versions of it. The newer versions of the hollow motor have a smaller opening, which should be less prone to ingress of garbage, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You know, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? I didn't really have a problem with the bearings on my EXN, but Sergei did notice some slight noise when rotating the one on the right side, right? But that's a lot of micro-analysis of stuff. So yeah, it was at 99.9 volts when I left. Now it's at 98.7. So as always, the first volts will go down quickly, and then we'll see how everything pans out, right? I hope that this doesn't turn into one of those situations where a wheel that has had a motherboard that has caught on fire develops a bad cell and causes a fire. So there is a lot to think about. A lot. I'll try to stay off the streets. Okay. Not lasting long. So yeah, the Nikola got a flat. It was a sign. It's a sign. The MSX is at iCafe, and that's that.